Well, the Arts and Culture Ministry will host the South African Film Summit next week. The gathering is themed Transformation and Innovation in the South African Film and Audiovisual Industry and the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Well, it is, are we geared for change? That's the question. To speak about this event, we're joined by Arts and Culture Minister Nathi Mthethwa. Minister, good morning and thanks for your time. So this happens in about a week. It is the first time we're going to be holding a summit of this kind. What led to the department saying, okay, we need to have a South African Film Summit?
Well, thanks, Iveka. For the past 3 years, we've been involved in different research on the film. Research really asking a question why we in South Africa are not perhaps at the level where some of our peers are. Talking about Hollywood, you can't equate ourselves with that. But sure, Bollywood and Nollywood, Bollywood in India, Nollywood in Nigeria.
On the continent, yeah.
And so on. And this research also revealed to us that Rwanda is also coming up strongly on this through their Hollywood. So we are concerned on this matter, about this matter, because film industry has proven over a period of time to be a catalyst for economic growth. And we want in South Africa to use it for nation building and social cohesion. But we also want to own our storyline so that the content becomes the South Africa's content, talking to the world and exchanging with the world, as it were. So for us, it's quite critical that would be looking at the disruptions in the industry, positively so the innovation, you have Netflix today and so on, and how will that impact to your traditional way we've understood film, where you go to a cinema seat and have some popcorns and so on. People have that in their hands now, in their gadgets and so on. So how do we, you know, as South Africa, get to that space, but ensure that at the end of the day, we benefit South Africa and its economy.
And we seem to be making, strides when it comes to, just last week I had the makers and lead actors of 2 local movies, both of them released last week, and they seem to have been sold out. Both of them coming out on Friday. So we're not short of talent, we're not short of capability and ability. So why are we failing in sort of, going the likes of Nollywood or where Rwanda is now with its film industry?
Well, it's what you are saying is very important, that we are not proletarian in the field of industry, film industry and television industry. For instance, if you can watch or follow what Mzansi Magic has done in unlocking the potential insofar as that is concerned. There are a number of issues which we are modeling ourselves with others around the world. One of those, for instance, is how the funding structure of the industry has been in South Africa. The fragmentation which is there. As arts and culture, we have our entity, which is the National Film and Video Foundation. You have DTI, you have IDC, and all of us. Really, there hasn't been proper way of amalgamating what we are doing, and that's the reason why we have all other departments, sister department, tourism, for instance, all of them coming to the party. But the most important thing is really how to brand and rebrand our film industry in South Africa. Are we going to, in the final analysis, have Mzansi Wood or Sally Wood or whatever, but make sure that we actually make a contribution within the creative economy.
So what will happen at the summit? Will you have those people who actually get their hands dirty, those who are on the ground making those movies, looking for that funding, looking for somebody to put some money into their movies? And will we hear from experts and people who can give them good advice on how to do this? Who will be at the summit, and and how do you get there if you want to get involved?
Well, we have amazing talent and amazing filmmakers in South Africa. In fact, you are reminding me that this year marks the 50th anniversary of the film festival in Burkina Faso, and one of South Africa's own filmmaker and his film is going to be the opening one in that festival. So it tells you that we do have experts, people like Anand Singh or Motoso here in South Africa, and many others, who would be part and parcel of these experts. But we'll also have the academia, people who have been doing research in the industry itself, assisting all of us to, because we do have the potential, we do have the capacity. The issue is, have we been touching the correct notes in ensuring that this industry grows? Just look quickly with, I made an example with the Mzansi Magic, for instance. One of the critical things is that people want to see themselves. In Bollywood, people see themselves. In Nollywood, they see themselves. So if we concentrate on that and look at the accessibility, I think that, and of course the funding part, I think that we can turn around the
And that is the
industry.
biggest problem. And from many sort of struggling filmmakers we've had, funding is the problem. But Minister, it's a wonderful opportunity to create employment, to sort of deal with that unemployment issue that is sitting top of our list of priorities here in South Africa.
The cultural and creative industry is one major catalyst for economic development, and that economic development would, and it continues even now, to employ people. We have a focus in this conference, particularly to women and youth, and looking at the inclusivity. If you have Sterkineko, for instance, a new metro, occupying and dominating the space, especially on the distribution side, how do we level that playing field to ensure that beautiful film, successful films in South Africa do get that exposure which they have to?
The best places. Okay, thank you very much. And we look forward to hearing the outcomes of this. It happens on the 4th and 5th of February. That's the 2019 South African Film Summit happening at Sky Ring Studios in Johannesburg. Thank you very much for your time and good luck. Arts and Culture Minister Nathi Mthethwa.